Tonight at 6 and 10 on TV 8.
This is the CBS Morning News for Friday, the 14th of February. Good morning, everyone. I'm Giselle Fernandez.
And I'm Charles Osgood. And here are the top stories. House Democrats work on a tax plan that would give a small break to most taxpayers. It would put the bite on those in the highest brackets. Democrats who want to be president head into a final weekend of campaigning in New Hampshire. Paul Tsongas seems to be the front runner.
Californians reeling from 5 days of rain and flooding prepare for another drenching. Damage is already in the millions from this week's storms. Forecasters say the heaviest rain along the west coast will fall over northern sections of the coastline. Elsewhere, thunderstorms and rain will extend from Missouri to Louisiana. And at the Olympics, the world pays tribute to the queen of the moguls, American's Donna Weinbrecht, the first gold medal winner in a bone-rattling new freestyle skiing event.
House Democrats hope to finish work today on their own election year tax package, a substitute for President Bush's plan. At its heart is a $200 a person tax credit. The Democrats would raise the top tax rate to 35% for individuals with taxable income above $85,000 and couples above $145,000. There would be a 10% surtax on millionaires. The plan will include a capital gains tax cut, but one much more limited than the president wants. The White House brushes off the emerging plan as being from the same old tax and spend Democrats.
The Democratic ticket is up for grabs just 4 days now before the New Hampshire primary, and all the candidates are making a last mad dash to squeeze ahead of the pack. With Governor Bill Clinton sliding in the polls, the contenders are fighting to pick up the slack in the final stretch. Richard Threlkeld is in New Hampshire.
Governor Clinton, who now has had to admit he doesn't know who leaked an old letter of his regarding his Vietnam draft status, was doing his best to look and sound presidential in an appearance before the New Hampshire legislature.
You cannot have a high-wage, high-growth economy in the world we're living in today without a national vision and a national strategy. You cannot do it.
With Clinton beginning to slide in the latest polls, some of his campaign competitors are trying to put their own spin on how the race is going.
It looks as though this race is coming down to a two-person race, Mr. Tsongas and myself.
As yet, though, Harkin hasn't drawn anywhere near the acknowledged frontrunner, Paul Tsongas, who, thanks to an errant cloud of steam, made an ethereal appearance at a news conference in Concord.
It's not a two-person race. Governor Clinton is viable. I mean, he's raised, in the last reporting period, raised 6 times as much money as I have.
Bob Kerrey is also hoping to pick up some of the support that seems to have slipped away from the Clinton campaign.
We're very strong out there in the ground. The message is getting through to people.
Still another batch of Kerry campaign commercials will paint him as the most electable Democrat.
Bob Kerrey, a winner for a change.
If tradition's any indication, most New Hampshire voters are only now, 4 days before the primary, starting to decide which of the candidates is in fact the most electable. Richard Threlkeld, CBS News, Manchester.
Reports of deaths and damage continue to increase in Southern California between the storms that have ravaged the area all week. John Blackstone reports.
Like signs warning of more danger ahead, storm clouds hung over Los Angeles, a city that has not seen this much rain in a decade, prepared for more.
That next storm for Saturday is still looking like a serious problem to deal with.
Between storms, searchers solved one mystery. The teenage boy who was swept past would-be rescuers was found dead, his body discovered just downstream. It's in the mountain canyons that the danger is often greatest. Dry creek beds can suddenly become rushing, destructive rivers. In these hills, it's not just the flooding that raises fears. Mudslides can be just as deadly, and most slides can't be predicted.
It's so saturated now, there's going to be a lot more sliding, real major sliding, and it looks like the highway is getting undermined, which means the whole thing could go.
In Ventura, residents returned to a mobile home park and discovered just how mobile their homes could be. Many were swept away into the Pacific.
My dog, Rusty, swam out, and my wife carried our cat out, and that's all we got.
But even amidst the destruction, the daring rescues that saved lives here remained a source of wonder.
My daddy got picked up by a helicopter way up there.
So far, all this rain has done little to ease California's drought. It's falling in the wrong place. The state's biggest reservoirs are in the north, and the snowfall there is only moderate. Southern California is hoping the approaching storm dumps more of its moisture in the mountains, where it will help instead of hurt. John Blackstone, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The United States, Britain, and France have agreed to seek an embargo on arms sales and air travel to Libya. Their resolution also calls on UN members to withdraw diplomats from Libya until it hands over 2 men charged with the 1988 bombing of Pan Am Flight 103 over Scotland. Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi said yesterday he will not turn them over. The UN is moving ahead with plans to send 13,000 peacekeepers to Yugoslavia. There were doubts about the operation because of repeated violations of the 6-week-old truce in breakaway Croatia. But a UN spokesman says Secretary General Boutros Ghali believes the situation would get even worse without UN intervention.
When Israel holds elections this year, 250,000 Soviet immigrants will be eligible to vote. A controversial effort to woo them is underway with the first of a series of tours of occupied territories. Martha Teichner reports.
The bus tour, sponsored by Likud, Israel's ruling party, looked enough like a sales pitch for settlements to be considered a provocation. It appeared to be open defiance of U.S. policy opposing any Israeli effort to encourage the waves of Russian immigrants to move to the occupied territories.
Our first aim is not to convince them to live here, specifically in this place. But if it will happen by their own decision, I will be very happy.
The Russians were given tea and a dose of pre-election propaganda, a double-barreled message bound to annoy the Bush administration, that the occupied territory should not be given back to the Arabs, and that the immigrants are not being shortchanged in favor of settlements.
It's not true. It's the only 2 words, not true.
Likud intends to take 100,000 Russians on similar settlement tours between now and the June 23rd elections. But the party's strategy may have backfired. After 6 hours riding around on buses with no lunch, many of the Russians reportedly got home very hungry and very angry. Martha Teichner, CBS News, Tel Aviv.
In this country, the government has bad news about the economy today. Here is Money Editor John Stehr. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Giselle. Morning, Charlie. And good morning, everyone. Well, we'll see if that news is bad or not. The government will be reporting this morning on the inflation at the wholesale level. Economists believe that the Producer Price Index posted its second monthly decline in January. It's expected to show a drop of about 0.1% after falling 0.2% in December. Consumers went on something of a buying binge last month. The Commerce Department reports that retail sales rose 0.6% in January. That was their biggest gain in 8 months. And there is a surprising story out of Tokyo this morning. A Japanese automaker is pulling out of the U.S. market because of poor sales. Daihatsu says it's been trying for 5 years to gain market share and name recognition in the U.S., but the progress has been too slow. Daihatsu is the number 6 car maker in Japan. Let's take a look at what's happening on the financial markets today. First of all, in London, stock prices opened a bit lower. The Tokyo market continued its slide, posting its 4th straight loss, and it was a big one. The Nikkei index plunged better than 507 points last night. That was down more than 2.25%. Declining stocks in Tokyo outnumber the advancers by a 10-to-1 margin. Analysts blame worries that senior politicians may be implicated in a still unfolding financial scandal. Wall Street starts the day with the Dow Jones Industrial Average at 3,246.65. The Dow tumbled more than 30 points yesterday on heavy volume. The good news about retail sales is being blamed for driving the market lower. Traders believe if the economy stabilizes, they may not see another cut in interest rates anytime soon. Inflation will be important, and we'll get a read on that a bit later today and also next week. The S&P 500 index opens this morning at 413.69 after dropping almost 3.5 points yesterday. The NYSE Composite Index opens just below 229. It fell almost 2 points yesterday. Losing stocks swamped gainers on the big board almost 2-to-1. We had 1,113 decliners, 609 advancers. Prices for government bonds took a big tumble. The bellwether 30-year Treasury bond stood at 101 even in late trading. That was down 1 4/32. The yield 7.91%. And the price of gold in London opened at $355.75 an ounce. That's down 15 cents from the closing price yesterday in New York. And that's this morning's business report. Charlie, Giselle.
Thank you, John.
Just ahead, we'll be checking the national weather picture and the forecast for storm-damaged California.
And in sports, we'll highlight Olympic hockey and a strong showing by the U.S. team finding the net against the Finns.
Hurry up, hon. What's the rush?
Gotta hurry.
Gotta get to Color Tile's President's Birthday Bash and Sweepstakes today.
Look, DuPont Stainmaster Carpet, 50% off. So stains are no problem. 50% off ceramic tile.
50% off vinyl tile, plus mini blinds. Buy one, get 3 free.
That adds up to big savings.
Color Tile's Birthday Bash and Sweepstakes with 50% off.
Hurry, sale ends Monday.
58% of business travelers change their plans at least once. No problem. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY. Holiday Inn. Stay with someone you know who really knows you.
To prove how tough TI printing calculators are, we bake them, freeze them, shock them. And if they keep working for us, they'll keep working for you. For reliable printing calculators, count on Texas Instruments.
At BASF, we don't make the house, we make it warmer. We don't make the suit, we make it racier. We don't make the meal, we make it healthier. We don't make the music, we make it clearer. At BASF, we don't make a lot of the products you buy, we make a lot of the products you buy better. BASF.
The President's Sale at Slumberland. It's a savings event of monumental proportions. Astonishing prices on bedrooms, like this romantic sleigh bed for only $2.99. 30 to 50% savings on beautiful sofas and sleep sofas. Incredible deals on occasional chairs, recliners, computer centers, entertainment units, even bookshelves with real oak. And our mattress prices would have been a bargain even a decade ago. The President's Sale. It's never been bigger. It's never been better. Now through Monday, only at Slumberland Furniture.
In Florida's Pensacola Bay, a happy ending this morning for wildlife experts and a stranded 48-foot whale. Rescuers freed the bride's whale after 24 hours of tough work. First efforts to wash away sand beneath the whale failed. So a harness was fashioned with fire hoses and a chain, and the 20-ton prize was towed into the Gulf of Mexico.
Turning now to the weather map, the latest satellite picture shows that most areas east of the Rockies have cloudy skies. It's currently snowing across New England, and rain is falling over the Central Plains. Elsewhere, the leading edge of clouds from a new Pacific storm is nearing the northwest coast. Later today, more rain will develop along the west coast, but this time, the heaviest rain should fall across northern California and Oregon. It'll be wet from the high plains southward to the Gulf Coast, where thunderstorms are possible. The southeast will be warm and muggy, and skies will be clearing across the northeast after last night's snow. That's the national forecast. Now here's a look at your weather.
The Des Moines area forecast for today, a chance for some freezing drizzle this morning, but otherwise rain today with a high of 37. Tonight, a chance for snow with a low of 32, and for Saturday, a 30% chance for snow in the morning with highs near 37. Currently in Des Moines, cloudy skies and 32 degrees.
The new Pacific storm will deliver between 1 and 3 inches of rain to northern California over the next 2 days or so. Southern areas will see about an inch on Saturday.
Moving on now to sports with Giselle and me subbing for Rock Rote. At the Olympics, the U.S. landed its second gold medal, 26-year-old Donna Weinbrecht bringing it home in freestyle mogul skiing. Moguls are what skiers call bumps. Weinbrecht twisted and bounced through the mogul-filled course and at times flew over it. Speed counts in this event, but also how the skiers manage the moguls and what they do when they take to the air. And Donna Weinbrecht did it best. In men's mogul skiing, America's Nelson Carmichael did it best for a while. Carmichael showed off his helicopter move, followed that with something called a twister spread in an acrobatic run that had Carmichael in first place as he crossed the line. Carmichael was later overtaken by a pair of French skiers, but he did hold on for the bronze. Men's figure skating is a 2-day event, but American long shot Paul Wiley finished day 1 in a surprising 3rd place. Wiley was expected to be only the 3rd best American, but it was a day on which a lot of the favorites fell, including U.S. champion Christopher Bowman. Bowman missed a triple axel and placed 7th, probably too far back now for a medal when they complete the event tomorrow. The U.S. hockey team could very well be headed for a medal if they keep this up. Yesterday, they beat a strong Finnish team. Tim Sweeney's goal putting the U.S. ahead 2-1. It was the 3rd win without a loss for the American squad. The goal by Sean Hill provided the cushion. Final score was 4-1, with Ray LeBlanc again strong in goal. There's more skating and skiing coming up this morning. with Greg Gumbel and Harry Smith along in a short while to tell us all about it.
Back here in the U.S., the Golden State Warriors keep winning in the West. Last night, they downed the Spurs 109-94. Chris Mullin's 25-point leading the way as usual. Mullin hitting from long range as usual. The offense-minded Warriors played solid defense for a change, a steal and a drive by Sarunas Marciulionis leading to 2 of his 21 points. Other NBA scores: Utah downed the Lakers, Milwaukee over Charlotte, the Heat scalded Atlanta, the T-Wolves edged Detroit, and Chicago bulldozed the Knicks. In college ball, second-ranked UCLA downed Oregon State 72-62. The Bruins actually trailed throughout the first half and much of the second, till a basket by Mitchell Butler gave them their first lead. Don McLean was the top scorer for UCLA, and en route to his 22 points, he broke the school scoring record of somebody named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Down south, it was 14th-ranked Tulane beating North Carolina Charlotte on its home court, 76-68. Once again, it was the Posse doing the job for the Green Wave, with Kim Lewis hitting for 18 points. The Posse is what Tulane calls its second team, and they usually go in as a group. In other top 20 hoops, Arizona beat Washington State, Southern Cal over Oregon, and UNLV in a walk over San Jose State. And that is sports this morning.
Still ahead, we'll be looking at the top stories on the CBS Morning News.
And Bob Simon will have more on the Moguls, that wild downhill skiing event, and about an American chiropractor who tends to the battered bones of the Italian mogul team.
Hurry up, hon.
What's the rush?
Gotta hurry. Gotta get to Color Tile's President's Birthday Bash and Sweepstakes today.
Look, DuPont Stainmaster Carpet, 50% off. So stains are no problem. 50% off ceramic tile.
50% off vinyl tile, plus mini blinds. Buy one, get 3 free.
That adds up to big savings.
Color Tile's Birthday Bash and Sweepstakes with 50% off.
Hurry, sale ends Monday.
From oceans all over the world, it's Red Lobster's world of lobster. Succulent rock lobster, petite lobster, Maine lobster at very special prices. Hurry to Red Lobster's world of lobster.
Things are different. The all-new Grand Am Sports Sedan proves it. Things are better because inside and out, the Grand Am's equipped to perform. And it even gives you better mileage than a Accord or Camry for a whole lot less. In fact, Consumers Digest named the Grand Am a Best Buy. Pontiac's new Grand Am. A new kind of excitement.
The world is waiting outside. Inside, there's the good taste of Smucker's, surprisingly under 20 calories, and you're not adding any fat. A good way to start your day. With a name like Smucker's, it has to be good.
At Big Sur Waterbeds, this waterbed sells for just $225.99. How do we sell it for so little? Simple. We own the factory. That's how we keep quality high and prices low. $225.99 also buys the Oakhurst, the New York, the Balboa, this Daybed, the Chantel, the Sedona, and more. Great comfort and factory direct savings from Big Sur Waterbeds, America's largest. 3715 Merle Hay Road at Douglas in Des Moines.
On the CBS Morning News, here's a look at today's weather.
The Des Moines area forecast for today, a chance for some freezing drizzle this morning, but otherwise rain today with a high of 37. Tonight, a chance for snow with a low of 32, and for Saturday, a 30% chance for snow in the morning with highs near 37. Currently in Des Moines, cloudy skies and 32 degrees.
Here are this morning's top stories. House Democrats are near agreement on a tax plan that would give a $200 credit to most people while raising tax rates on the wealthy. There would be a limited cut in the capital gains tax. And California braces for more rain. 5 days of storms and floods have already killed at least 7 and caused millions of dollars in damage in Southern California.
A 17-year-old girl who pumped 5 bullets into her father has been cleared of his murder on the grounds that he was abusive. Yesterday's decision by a jury in Tyler, Texas, tested a new state law on family violence deaths. The girl testified she was sexually and physically abused for years by her 49-year-old truck driver dad, and that he threatened her just before she fired. Oakland Athletics baseball star Jose Canseco is charged with attacking his wife with a Porsche. The outfielder was arrested yesterday for allegedly trying to run his wife Esther off the road in Miami. Authorities say he rammed her BMW. The super slugger, who tied for the Major League home run title last year, is free on bond.
Now let's turn to the rough and tumble of the Olympics and those intrepid mogul competitors. They take a lot of lumps, but the Italian team gets a healing hand from a New York doctor. Bob Simon reports.
It's called mogul skiing. Moguls are bumps, basically, and the idea is to bounce from bump to bump and get down the hill quickly and gracefully and alive. The Italians have a strong team. Their skiers are from the Italian Alps, just around the corner from here. This is their coach. He comes from another mountain range, the Catskills. His name is Andrew Ilowitz, Dr. Andrew Ilowitz, a chiropractor. The Italians call him the miracle worker of the moguls.
How's your knee feeling?
My knee's perfect.
Hey, I like to hear those things. Nice glasses.
Mogul racing might have been invented by chiropractors to keep them in beach houses and yachts. The bumps plant your knees in your chin, twist your ankles so that they're going sideways while your back is going down. But Dr. Ilowitz ran these courses himself before he started coaching and caring for casualties. He helped out the American team for a while, then raced to Italy to pick up a ticket to the Olympics.
I've had it written down for many years. I'm going to be at the Olympics, but I guess I didn't ask specifically. I thought it would be with the U.S. team, but I'm very satisfied and comfortable with the Italians.
He massages them and jogs with them and marvels at how well he does with them. This winning combination of cannelloni and the Catskills.
It's so funny because I'm starting to blend. I'm starting to become more Italian as the days go on.
You feel it with the hands.
Oh, the hands just don't stop.
Dr. Ilowitz still takes to the hills himself, this old man of 31.
How about it, huh? Not bad for an old guy.
He transforms a bumpy hill into a hall of kings.
Hey there.
How was my run?
You're the king, man, because you're the king. No, you're the king, and he's the king. No question about it. This means king.
The crown. It is for free spirits, this freestyle competition. It is a celebration of speed and poise and courage. That is the message from these moguls and from the chiropractor of the Catskills.
I preach to them to really seize the day and enjoy this, because tomorrow it's over. It's a new day.
This is the CBS Morning News for Friday, February 14th.
Early every morning, Noreen Downey motors across the rolling hills and through the heavy traffic of southwest Wisconsin to answer her Land's End telephone. If you call 1-800-356-44s, she'll answer and send you a free catalog filled with quality casual wear. Everything from Land's End comes with a guarantee of quality, value, and service. That's guaranteed, period.
All across the USA, great deals on the road. I go Hojo.
Right now, take advantage of our special sale rates. And starting February 15th, you can win a great new Geo Tracker or over 1,000 other prizes. Plus, on your second stay, pick up a free sports pack.
When the sun goes down at the end of every day, America turns to orange. Howard Johnson today. Howard Johnson today.
Attention mattress shoppers, there's a tremendous mattress sale now in progress at Don's Wholesale Furniture. Don has all the best therapeutic mattress sets on sale. The Medicoil Pillow Top, the Cairo models, and the Hotel Motel quality sets. You can purchase by the set or by the piece during this sale. Twin, full, queen, and king sizes are available. Don has twin size mattresses starting at only $49 and full size mattresses starting at only $59. Come in today and receive a free bed frame with all sets purchased. Easy finance terms and same-day delivery service are available. Don's Wholesale Furniture, located at 4401 Northeast 14th Street in Des Moines.
Here at Des Moines Chrysler Plymouth on the Merle Hay Auto Mile, we are going for volume in 92. Our goal, 1,000 Voyager sales this year. Now, the only way is with even larger inventory, so you can find exactly the Voyager you want, and with our goal to sell every car, truck, and van for at least $300, less than any other dealer for the same exact model. It's why an attorney from Cedar Rapids, a teacher from Ottumwa, and an accountant from Atlantic all bought from Voyager headquarters.
Des Moines Chrysler Plymouth, 4410 on the Merle Hay Auto Mile.
The insanity trial of mass murderer Jeffrey Dahmer could go to the jury today in Milwaukee. Closing arguments begin this morning. Both sides rested yesterday after 12 days of graphic testimony. The jury will decide if it's jail or a mental institution for Dahmer, who admits to 17 mutilation murders. He did not take the stand. The sentencing of Mike Tyson is delayed at least until March 27th in his Indiana rape conviction. Now his accuser goes public with a cover photo in People magazine. She's Desiree Washington, the Rhode Island representative in the Miss Black America contest last year. The Providence College freshman says she's not looking for fame, but she's agreed to a national television interview to be broadcast next week.
One of the journalists who broke Anita Hill's story of sexual harassment charges has refused to reveal his sources to a Senate lawyer investigating the leak. Newsday reporter Timothy Phelps says he answered hundreds of questions about Hill's allegations against Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, but Phelps would not say where he got his information.
We are not responding to these questions other than to say that I indeed wrote what was written.
Phelps says he is prepared to go to jail if necessary to protect his sources.
Finally, it seems the Lone Star State is becoming very popular these days. As Americans dig deeper and deeper into their pockets, more and more are looking deep into the heart of Texas. As James Hattori reports, the state with no state taxes is becoming more animated all the time.
He lives in Washington, D.C. and vacations in Maine, but President Bush says Texas is his home, even though he has to rent a room when he visits Houston.
You know, if the president can have a hotel room as a permanent residence, well, why not everybody else?
That's what cartoonist Gary Trudeau advocated in a recent Doonesbury, suggesting Bush was wise to pick Texas because it's one of 6 states with no state income tax. Mary Kay Stevens says the cartoon hit a nerve.
What makes him think that Texas is his primary residency? And is he doing it for tax evasion purposes?
And she wasn't alone based on the mail flowing into the state capitol in Austin. More than 30,000 letters have been received from readers following Doonesbury's lead, asking to become absentee residents too.
This is 31,000 people that want to become Texans and want a certificate to become Texans.
The state controller is playing along, sending back residency certificates, which of course won't exempt anyone from any taxes.
So the certificate is pretty much worth what?
Pretty much worth the 29 cents the postage is going to cost to send it to you.
The White House says it's perfectly legit for Mr. Bush to claim Texas as his residence. He's lived and worked and still votes there. If others want to do the same, a spokesman says, fine. The more Texans, the better. James Hattori, CBS News, Austin.
And that's the CBS Morning News for Friday, the 14th of February. I'm Charles Osgood.
And I'm Giselle Fernandez. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a good weekend. Stay tuned now for the CBS coverage of the 16th Winter Olympics with Harry Smith and Greg Gumbel. See you Monday.
Ever wonder what it would be like to visit another dimension, a kind of never-never land of the mind? Now you can, and trust us, you won't believe it, on the CBS Evening News tonight.
It's double daring driving for pole positions at Daytona. The Gatorade Twin 125s, Saturday on CBS Sports.
This is CBS.
It's wild. It's crazy. It's Burlington Coat Factory's Washington's birthday sale. Today through Monday. Great-looking dresses, an unbelievable $19.90. Executive suits, a ridiculous $89.90. Fashion leather jackets and bombers, $69.90 to $99.90. Good-looking top coats, $49.90 to $99.90. Beautiful leather handbags, a steal at $14.99. Drop everything and come running. Burlington Coat Factory's wild and crazy Washington's birthday sale.
Happy birthday!
Wow, is this a mobile home?
It's a manufactured home.
It sure is neat.
Look at all this space.
There's a lot of room for cookies in here. Where do you get a house like this?
We get ours at LNC Homes in Ogden.
What a pretty party.
Does this kind of house cost a lot of money? No, Plus, financing, delivery, and setup are all included in one price.
Does LNC Homes have a lot of houses like this?
Yes, and you can choose custom features from unlimited floor plans.
Wow, a window in the ceiling. Radical.
LNC Homes. Home